Hey guys, it's me Evelyn here on the Renegade Loser, and today I'm going to show you guys how I created this awesome poster you see in front of you. I actually really like it a lot. The text is not my favorite, but the rest of the poster is actually really cool, and it took me forever to make, to be completely honest. I had different designs in my mind, but I couldn't figure out one that I liked the most until I came up with this one off the just on the spot, and so I had to go and look for all the textures that I used in it, which is surprisingly not a lot. If you guys look at this and say, oh my god, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but if you look at the resource pack, it's not even a lot, which is pretty freaking cool to me. But before we get into the poster tutorial, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my friend Natalie, who started up her own YouTube channel. It's called Hannah Studios, and it's about packs, tutorials, editing tips, and more. If you guys would like to go and check out her YouTube channel, it's only one video at the moment, but she's a really good editor. Her signs are really awesome. So you guys want to go ahead and check out her tutorial. Link will be in her channel. Link will be in description bar below, and her YouTube channel URL is youtube.com/user/purplehazetutorials. And once again, the link will be in the description bar below for you guys to easy access. So now back into the poster tutorial. We want to go ahead and go to File, New, and create a new poster size. My widths are 480 by 640. I'm making it a bit more slimmer. I'm just going to name this poster toot and enter. So my background's transparent, which is fine. And I have my rulers up. If you don't have your rulers up, you can simply just go to Control R on your keyboard to make them appear. And with my move tool selected, I'm going to go ahead and click and drag it to about like that, just so that the size is one size will be more color than the other. We're going to go ahead and grab our marquee tool, and we're going to click and drag half of it where the line stops. Click and drag. We're going to make a new color, solid color layer, so we can click our adjustments wheel down here. Click solid color, and our first color is going to be this pink color here. Selecting the remainder of the document, and we're going to go back up to our solid color layer adjustments wheel and click. So now that we have this done, we're going to go ahead and add a pattern. So we're going to go here to the drop down menu, click pattern, and we're going to select this pattern here. Now if you don't have this pattern in your Photoshop, I have it on the PSD, and to just save it to your patterns, you're just going to click this little box right here, and if you hover over it, it's going to say create new preset from this pattern. If you click that, you're going to make it's going to save it into your patterns. It's simple. You're going to go to your normal mode and click color burn, and now we have that done. Next, we're going to go ahead and drag in our first our first texture or PNG, and it's the birds. We're going to click and drag it right onto our document, and you see how it lays? It lays perfectly. We're going to click OK to that and leave it as it is. Change the mode normal to multiply, just in case there's little extra like white lines around your cutout. It will get rid of it. Next, we're going to go ahead and drag in our texture, our flower texture, and we're going to click and drag it straight onto the image, and we're going to stretch it out so that covers most of the image like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a layer mask, and I'm going to delete around the edges a bit just to give it more to blend in. I'm going to go ahead and use a white color but of a lighter or darker gray, and just kind of fade it more easier so it's not so, what do you want to say, harsh. So next, after we have that done, we're going to go ahead and grab our flower PNG, which is right here, and I click and drag into a new tab, and it's going to be big, so we're going to go ahead and drag into our poster, and I'm going to leave it here until I actually have my images in so I can resize it to the way I want it to fit. So now we're going to open up our BTS image, and it's right here, and I cropped it using my crop tool, 480 pixels by 135 pixels, and we're just going to click and move it up, and I just want the base of them. It's like so, maybe a little bit down so that they're get more of the body, and click enter. Like so. We're going to click and drag that to the top of our image like so. And we're going to Control A, and we're going to click to select all the image, and we're just going to click the center bit right there. Now we're going to grab our flower PNG, zoom in. We're actually going to pull them down a little bit more. Like so. And you're going to grab our flower PNG, Control T to transform, and we're going to scale it down so that it fits forgive me if it's a bit off. I'll fix everything after I get my other textures in. So now we're going to grab our Polaroid image, which is this one here, and we click and open in a new tab. And you see the little white bits around it. We're going to want to get rid of that. So we can simply just use our pencil and zoom in, and we're just going to click and curve right around this edge and bring it outwards. Like so. Then we're going to right click on the image and go ahead and make selection. Click OK, and then I'm just going to unlock the layer by dragging the lock to the trash can and press backspace to delete. And Control D to deselect. Like so. Now we're going to go and drag our Polaroid onto our image here. And we're going to have to resize it. Control T. I'm just going to resize it to right around here, like so. Maybe a little bit smaller. So just a little bit smaller. Make that back to 0. Like so. And then Control A and just click center to center it. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit and bring BTS to right touching it, and then we're going to drag like so. I think it's pretty good. If my flower doesn't align the way I want it, I can just delete it and then bring it back in. So I'm just saying no to those right now. I'm going to just drag in my flower PNG again, let it open, and then resize it. Do something like that. Maybe a bit smaller. I'm not sure how I had it laying earlier, so we're just going to do something like this. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and get our ballet stock photo, and it's right here. I'm going to click and drag into a new tab and then move it to our image here. We're going to drag it at the top of our Polaroid and see how it doesn't fit 100%. That's fine. We're actually going to go ahead and Control T and resize it like so. But what I want is for the ballet slippers to be shown behind NG, so we're going to drag in NG as well. Then we're going to pull her in, and we're going to just let her open onto the image like so. And we're going to go ahead and Control T and lock the chain link and size her down. Not so big, yet not so small. So we'll do something like that. I believe that's almost the same size that I had her. Let me see. Yeah, just a little bit bigger. We can just drag her down actually. So just pull her down a little bit so that her hair doesn't come out like that. Well, it's fine. Now you can see that her image comes outside of the Polar as well. What I did was I just grabbed that bit and just rasterize her layer, and then make sure I have all of her selected so that we don't accidentally cut her out. So do something like that. Excuse me for that. Select inverse, and we're just gonna delete that bit. And if her image is still outside of it, we could just simply move it up with the move tool like so, or with the arrow keys. Now we have that done. We have our ballet slippers open. We're gonna set the ballet slippers to lighten like so, so that they fit inside the box. But as you can see, the other bit of it here is not visible because the image is so small. So we're gonna go Control J and shift it over. Just gonna shift it over until it hits like so, and then we're just gonna add a layer mask to this one, and with our black we're going to erase what's being washed over onto the left side. And we can actually move this over more if we need to, like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my marquee tool and select the box again, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go select inverse, and then using black to delete from that area here, and then just to delete that as well, just in case it spills out into the white of the image like so. Next, what I did was I went ahead and just merged all the layers. I'm actually going to lighten this one a bit. And my bird layer is not showing up as well as much as I want it, so I'm going to move my bird layers a bit, like so. So, what I did was I merged my layers. Let me just bring some my texture a bit over here, because why not? Alright, so what I did was I merged my layers visible, like I said earlier. Shift Control Alt and E at once, and I went ahead and went Image Adjustments, Desaturate, and then I went Image Adjustments, and I did a curves on it to lighten it a bit and contrast it just a smidge. And then what I did was I added a layer mask to this image here, and I grabbed a round brush tool to pick size, black on my layer mask, and I started to delete from the image so that the edges would have a more of a black and white feel, like so. And then next I added my coloring, so you can go ahead and add your coloring. I think my stock texture here is a bit too big, so maybe size that one. Now we're going to go ahead and just add our coloring, so you can go down to your resource pack, grab the coloring, and we're just going to select both of them by holding shift and clicking the layers and dragging them over. Make sure they're on top of everything, like so, which makes it look really nice and more soft, I like to say. What I did also on Angie's image is I went and double clicked into her image, because you see she's a bit bright. So I double clicked into her image and just did a gradient overlay. I reversed it and set it to soft light, just to give her image more darker feel, like so. And now we can do the text. I'm not going to really do the text because, you know, the text is not my favorite. I'm going to show you what I did to the text. So the text, the font I used was called Book Jacket, and I believe you can find it on DeFont. I'm not sure. And I just had the first word that in the one color of the color I used for the PSD for the poster, and the second color, the pink color. What I did was click into it, highlighted that, select the color, and it's a lighter version of the actual color, so it's a bit muted down. And then I did the other color like so. Then I double clicked into that text layer to give it some options, and I did a stroke about a darkish gray, which is C2, C1, C2, and it's on outside at 2 pixels. And then I did an inner shadow, which is at soft light and 100% opacity with the color black, angle 30, distance 5, size 7, and that's set to soft light. Then I just added a drop shadow, which is normal, had the color black and 100% opacity, angle 9, distance 6, size 0. And then I duplicated the image, or that text layer, so Control J to duplicate. I right clicked on that one in rasterize layer style, and then I added on that one a stroke with a grayish black, which is 211620, at the size 3 and set to outside. Then after that, I merged the image, I merged all the layers together, and then I just duplicated it, and then on the duplicated layer I just added a stroke, and I set the position to inside at size 5 in the color black to give it the stroke feel. And then I sharpened it like you guys can see here, so just filter smart sharpen, which I'll do it on this one here. So we'll flatten the image and Control J, and I sharpened it first actually, so filter sharpen, smart sharpen, like so. We're going to do 2 because it's a bit too sharpened. Then I double clicked into that layer and added a stroke at 5 pixels and the size inside and color black. And that's how I made the poster. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I hope to have more for you guys soon. Bye guys.